points, and this was how you put away an opponent. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles on the road. Second quarter, Devontae Smith. RC, explain the defense to me on this play.
Right here, it's a former corner. He thinks he has a pick. He's floating over, but then the Slim Reaper pulls the football for him and gets a touchdown. I know it's egregious to you, Greeny, but I understood what happened.
This wasn't good either. That's Jamie Gillian with a drop kick, which is illegal.
I don't understand that.
I thought it was kind of cool.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Eagles take over in Giants territory. How good, Dan, has A.J. Brown been the last few weeks?
He's phenomenal. I mean, there's not many people that can lock him down one-on-one. The Giants play man coverage. He leaves his guy by stemming inside around the corner by 5 yards.
21-0. Now third quarter, it's 27-14.
I love it.
Eagles third down.
I love it. You get up there almost like it's going to be a quarterback sneak, quick motion, kick it out to Miles Sanders, easy conversion. Then Jalen Hurts down in the red zone. We saw this a bunch of times versus Indy a couple weeks ago, that RPO or PRO where you could throw it or run quarterback power.
As of yesterday, Jalen Hurts has become the favorite to be the MVP of the league. This is Miles Sanders taking it home. Hurts throws for 217, runs for 77 more, 3 total touchdowns, and the Eagles win going away 48-22, a statement win inside of the division. And you were making a statement to me earlier this morning about Jalen Hurts and the transformation you have seen in him, unprecedented.
Yeah, I mean, usually when these kids come out, I got a pretty good idea who's really going to be successful and who's not as an NFL quarterback. Jalen Hurts, I had questions about. I didn't think that he had the NFL skill set as a passer.
And
never
now?
thought he was accurate enough. I mean, now? Oh, my God. Like, it just shows you can improve on accuracy.
Yeah.
But it takes so much of commitment from this young man. Like, it's unbelievable. You're looking at, like, right now, he is the MVP, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I've only been on the planet for 60 years. I've never seen a guy
Happy birthday, by the way,
like
brother.
this.
Wait, your birthday today?
Well, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
He'll be 60. But you said it to me this morning, actually. We talk about Josh Allen sometimes and the improvement that he has made. What do you see here?
Jalen Hurts is the most improved passer I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Josh didn't have issues coming out of college. This guy's ability to make really tight coverage placement throws is so impressive. This ball is out of his hands. Devontae Smith ain't even remotely close looking for it. I'll place it right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, if that was Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Drew Brees, we'd be sitting there in awe of it. This throw is absolutely incredible. He sees the safety, so he's warm. He's going to drift back, get to 10 yards deep, and oftentimes we tell quarterbacks, don't do that. That ball is out of his hands so quickly. Look at right there on the sideline versus that man coverage. This throw that RC talked about to the Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith. Guys, man coverage, that trail with the motion, you know it's man-to-man. You have all that space. But even though he has that space, and even though coverage isn't bad, this throw is freaking perfect, man. It's perfect. And that is tight coverage. And I don't think I've never seen a guy transform this way. I was the person who said, you're freaking crazy to move on from Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts. And I was the person who said, if Jalen plays as good as he can, it's not as good as Carson Wentz can. I was wrong. I mean, this kid has the running ability that is very rare, and in many ways, and this sounds outrageous, he's become Drew Brees-like in the pocket. He has become a pinpoint thrower from the pocket, and that is unlike anything that I've seen.
He's the MVP right now, and I'm going to take it a step further. Jalen Hurts, in no point in this entire season, has been a reason for a lull with the Philadelphia Eagles. When you look at the Washington game, and you're going to say, okay, somebody has to be to blame here. Jalen Hurts, 2 touchdowns passing, another touchdown running. Dallas Goedert fumbles the ball. Quez Watkins fumbles the ball. A.J. Brown lets the ball bounce off of his hands into a Commander's defender's arms for an interception. He has not played bad at any point this entire season. And obviously, when you look at playing football and what the position is, there is no such thing as perfection. And because the passing stats aren't gaudy, we're going to say, okay, we're going to try to knock Jalen Hurts or find something wrong with him. This year, for who he is, for what his team needs, he's been the most perfect player in the entire NFL. And that's hard to do at the quarterback position.
And again, he is, as of now, the leading candidate for MVP of the league, and the Eagles have the inside track at the 1 seed in the NFC. Meanwhile, the weekend is not over. Week 14, what'd you think?
Well, I mean, I get where everybody's saying that, hey, you got the victory. That's all you wanted. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because we just saw the team that you're chasing dominate a lesser team. You need to dominate games like that. This game should be over at halftime, and it isn't. It just shows, Dallas, you ain't as good as you think.
So that's the other word that I heard. Are the Cowboys, RC, overrated?
Well, yeah, they're the Cowboys. and I'm not saying that in any negative way about the Dallas Cowboys, but the world wants the Dallas Cowboys to be great. For some reason, that star on the helmet shines more than any other logo in the NFL. But we said the same thing, or we felt the same thing when the Philadelphia Eagles went to Indianapolis and they had to pull out a game late. The Dallas Cowboys found a way to win, or the Houston Texans found a way to lose. The thing is, you now keep pace and you understand that we can't play that way if we're going to beat the good teams in the NFC. If this team shows up in the playoffs, they'll go home week one no matter who they play. If they play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they'll go home week one. Yeah. But if we see the team that we saw in the fourth quarter against the Indianapolis Colts, if you see the team that you saw for 4 quarters against the Minnesota Vikings, then that team can play with anybody. It's about consistency and it's about discipline. That's on Mike McCarthy. This team has to show up to play, but your quarterback, your leader, who we all said during Cooper Rush's time at quarterback, when this dude comes back, this is who the Cowboys are. He leads the league in interceptions since returning. Dan can get to it a little better than I can. If Dak Prescott doesn't play better, this team can't win a championship because 20 and 21 get downhill on people, and you will be afraid of this run game.
That's Pollard and Zeke. Dan, show us Dak.
Well, right now, the most frustrating thing for Dak Prescott, or really difficult to understand, is how poorly he is seeing the field. That's really been a strength for his. And right now you're sitting there watching him make some really basic mistakes. This is a double slant at the bottom of the screen. It's cover 3, meaning that outside flat defender hangs outside that inside slant. You should never throw the slant to the bottom of the screen versus cover 3. The play is dead double slants. Work away from it. The ball gets tipped in the air. This time they push 4 strong. They're trying to get a slant to the bottom of the screen. The safety from the right side of the screen is going to drive down because he's hanging there. This should not be where the football gets thrown. Bang, bang, ball gets in the air. This is the most egregious run. The stick route concept. He's reading that flat defender up top. If that flat defender out leverages that flat route, you work the inside stick. He's turning and running. That completion is easy right there. High school kids are running that play. He hangs on, fumble, next play the interception. Watching Dak Prescott struggle to see the field, really, and often it's the middle of the field. And I like watching the game and watching the tape, I'm sitting there going, maybe it's a little bit attached to CeeDee Lamb because there's so many choice routes. But it's not just middle of the field, and it's not just CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what it is, but Dak Prescott's not right.
The other piece is this, though. He also led a dang 100-yard drive in the game.
Yeah.
And listen, Dan, what I'm saying is this. I agree with you, which is why I brought up Dak Prescott and said if he plays like this team can't advance in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But we also have to sit here and say, okay, you played bad. You didn't have your stuff. But late in the fourth quarter, you were Steph Curry and you made the threes to help your team win the game. And that's how you keep a team in the hunt. But he has to be better throughout the 3.5 quarters.
Give me a quick final word. Cowboys, overrated. We talked about San Francisco at the beginning. We're going to get to the Eagles right here, right now. Are the Cowboys good enough?